innocent on Wednesday, the priority then shifted to conducting a thorough investigation.
It's a case-by-case situation, and in the cases that we have had on campus this semester, they have not been deemed an imminent, immediate threat that we need students to take action about. To give the law enforcement the opportunity to investigate thoroughly, know the complete facts of what we have before we share information, because the last thing we want to do is to, in a urgent way, to share information that may not be accurate.
Those two students have been trespassed from the university and placed on interim suspension. Officials say students should report any illegal activity to police. Ball State is also working to establish an action group to address campus safety.
According to the nonprofit Mental Health America, Indiana ranks 41st out of the 50 states in relation to mental health illness and access to care.
In Modoc, one 14-year-old is fighting to lower that ranking while helping his peers. Olivia Sloniker has his story.
Right now, I'm handling it pretty fine because I know that it's helping someone.
What started with bracelets to honor a friend turned into a life-changing opportunity for Zyler Ogden, a freshman at Union High School. His world was changed forever when he lost his best friend Michaela to suicide. Since then, he's created a new nonprofit, Chasing Sunsets Incorporated, a foundation dedicated to helping spread awareness for mental health.
Something that people don't want to talk about, but when you talk about it, it can make people feel better. So even if it can get a little wild sometimes, it's something we need to talk about, something that some people can't talk about because they feel like people won't listen to them.
With the help of his family, Ogden's first fundraiser was selling bracelets and t-shirts. From there, he set up a car show that raised more than $3,000 for a different cause for the students at Randolph County schools.
Because of the scholarship fundraising that he did at the car show, we're going to have enough for five $500 scholarships.
The success of this 14-year-old has caught the eyes and hearts of a lot of people around the country. People can look forward to a Cardinal Cares craft show in Avon on December 2nd, where all vendor space fees go straight to Chasing Sunsets. So what's next for this fast-growing organization? For Ogden, the possibilities are endless.
Well, if it's up to Zyler, it's going to be national, because that's been his goal, is that it's not just helping people here in Randolph County or in Indiana, but he would like to help people all over our country.
In Modoc, Olivia Sloniker, NewsLink, Indiana.
On top of the craft fair, people should keep an eye out for Chasing Sunsets mental health first aid class on December 10th at Union High School. They will offer 20 spots for anyone looking to become certified. Visit their Facebook page for more details.
And in the Village, a new food spot just opened its doors a few weeks ago. D-Ice has taken over the old Pita Pit location, and it offers a special menu. From boba to hibachi to ice cream, D-Ice has uniquely made recipes that are always served fresh, according to owner Jonathan So. So is very excited to bring his brand to Muncie.
I was a hibachi chef. So I have a little bit background on hibachi, so I know the sauces, I know how to cook it the authentic way. The hibachi of us is authentic.
This is the second location that So has opened. In the future, Jonathan hopes to expand his menu even more. For more updates, follow D-Ice Cream Roll on Instagram.
I'm weather forecaster Olivia Smithers, and what we are tracking today are steady mild temperatures, a sunny Veterans Day, and then we're going to have some gusts at times, so just be aware of this. We are currently at 45 degrees in Muncie, 41 in Indianapolis. Big temperature difference compared to the last few days, nearly 10 degrees below the last 24 hours, but we're still above average for this time of year. And going back to listen more about this in my full weather.
Just ahead, see the new record the world's just set.
That's after your weather now. Welcome back. The current time is 8:08 and you're taking a live look outside at the Brown Family Amphitheater.
Small island in the Pacific Ocean. According to Japan's meteorological agency, the unnamed plot of land was created by an underwater volcanic blast on October 30th. Officials with the country's Maritime Self-Defense Force took photographic evidence of the eruption and creation of the island, which is part of Ogawasaru Island chain. The island is located about 750 miles south of Japan's mainland and near Iwo Jima, the site of some of World War II's most fierce battles.
There are turkey trots, reindeer runs, even a murder mystery 5K. But if you're planning on joining us in on the fun run this holiday season, health experts say you need to prepare now to avoid injury later. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains why fun runs shouldn't be done on a whim and what you need to do to train for them.
'Tis the season for themed races, but you could trot your way toward an injury if you don't train properly.
Just going literally from the couch to the 5K is not a really good idea.
Orthopedic surgeon Timothy Miller with the Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center says not preparing your body can lead to injuries like muscle strains, tendinitis, IT band syndrome, even stress fractures from overuse.
You put a lot of additional stresses on your body when you do that. And not just on the musculoskeletal system where we think about it mostly, but also on the cardiovascular system as well.
Miller says if you're just starting to run, see a doctor to make sure you're healthy enough to take on long distances. If everything checks out health-wise, he says to start slow, training at least a month out for a 5K, building up mileage gradually. He also suggests varying the terrain.
So running on hard surfaces, for example, all the time, like hard sidewalks, hard pavement, can put a lot of additional stress on your body from what we call ground reaction forces, leading to injuries.
Have proper footwear that's supportive and fits well. Miller says to go up a half or full size in your running shoe to accommodate foot swelling. And he recommends breaking in new shoes before a race.
That means training them for at least a week or two to make sure you're comfortable with what they're going to feel on your feet.
Miller advises fueling your body, and even when it's colder outside, hydration is still critical. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Miller says getting enough vitamin D is also important to bone and soft tissue health. He suggests supplements in the winter when your body isn't getting as much of it from the sun. Scientists have compared this year's soaring temperatures, fierce wildfires, powerful storms, and devastating floods to, quote, a disaster movie.
They say it's all a direct impact of extraordinarily high temperatures due to climate change, and new data reveals just how unprecedented the global heat has been. According to the nonprofit research group Climate Central, for the last 12 months ending in October, Earth has been the warmest it's ever been in at least 125,000 years. And a second report, this one published Wednesday by the European Union's Climate Change Service declared 2023 the hottest year ever recorded. Global warming is a long trend that scientists say is driven mainly by the burning of planet-heating fossil fuels. Yet governments are set to produce more than double the amount of fossil fuels than would be consistent with meeting climate goals, according to a report published by the United Nations on Wednesday.
Yeah, but kind of switching over to looking at national weather, as we see our watches and warnings map right now. You may say, oh, it's pretty quiet for much of the nation right now, but we're going to take a trip up to the Pacific Northwest, going up to Washington State. We do have a couple things going on right now. More importantly, we have this pink area right here in the northern Cascade Mountain Range. What this is a winter storm warning. It's in effect today into Sunday morning. So we're going to be seeing winter weather. We're going to actually be seeing a lot of it. We're going to be seeing snow accumulations from 1 foot to 2 feet of snow, depending on how high you are up in the mountain. But that is kind of the saving grace with this. Most of the snowfall will be above 4,800 feet in the air. So most people live way underneath that, so they should be fine there. But a lot of mountain pass roads might be affected. Another notable thing is just south here here of Seattle in this green polygon. That is the Northern Olympic Mountains. They're seeing a lot of rainfall. Washington's actually been in a bit of a drought, so the land can't really absorb a lot of rain, so a lot of it is just kind of run off. But kind of switching over to the east side, we do in Montana, we do have a wind advisory, and it's because of all the wind that's out in front of that system that's giving the winter weather advisory and the warning as well. But kind of looking at the radar, seeing what this actually looks like, we're seeing a lot of moisture just starting to come off of the Pacific Ocean. It's kind of cool. You get a bit of a mountain effect here because we're seeing a lot of moist air coming off the mountains, and it's being forced upwards by the Cascade Mountains here, turning into snow. Kind of interesting there. But also looking around the nation, we do have another wide area of rainfall, pretty much from Houston all the way up to New York City, kind of following the Rocky Mountains there. So it's kind of interesting to see that massive swath of rain. Kind of taking a look at Precision Cast, timing this out. We will see, I will point your attention up to Washington again, because we will see that system start to move in and bring a lot of rainfall and snow. But another thing I'd like to point out is high pressure is sitting up for most of the country. It's going to clear a lot of people out, so we're going to be seeing a lot of sunshine and blue skies over the next coming days. Taking a look at drought monitor right now, a big factor in our drought is going to be Louisiana and Mississippi. They're almost in a deficit of almost 2 inches of rain, so very dry there. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to see a lot there, but kind of cooler temperatures right now for much of the nation right now. But we will be warming up throughout the rest of the day. And it's interesting, we're actually in a very kind of warmer pattern for this time of year for much of the country. I know for much of the week we will be above average for a lot of the places. It's kind of cool. The only place that will be below average is going to be Southern California, funny enough.
Well,
That is so weird. Yeah, I know like a couple days ago or a few days ago,
Yeah.
we actually had some flurries come in.
We did, yeah.
And then right after that, we had some more, warm weather go in, so.
It's very interesting to see.
We're loving this summer weather.
In just a moment, see the new Ball State Club that's taking over the stands.
That's after your weather now. Welcome back. The current time is 9:16 and you're taking another live look outside of the Brown Family Amphitheater. Now we're going to be sending it over to Olivia with weather.
So we're currently above average temperatures for this time of year, but we're still pretty chilly. 44 degrees in Muncie, 41 degrees in Indianapolis, and we can see this 24-hour temperature change, 9-degree difference compared to yesterday. We are colder, but we're still above average for this time of year, a bit unseasonable. We do have some wind chills coming in, just a few degrees below what it feels like outside, and there is a bit of sunshine as well coming in, but you're going to want to bundle up just because of those winds. This sunshine isn't going to really give you any sort of warmth or relief. Overall, mostly sunny skies. We can see this cloud cover that's moving through this morning, and will leave us sunny for the rest of the day with mild temperatures. We can see down south in the kind of moving through the southwest portion of the United States, the system coming through, and it's bringing some energy, but we're not really going to see any precipitation from this. We just have a bit of cloud cover, and then with that warm front that came through, that's what was responsible for our warmer temperatures the past couple of days. So that's still kind of lingering around, leaving us at about 60 degrees for our high for today. We're starting at 45 with mostly cloudy skies, and then we'll clear out and see mostly sunny skies for the rest of the day. Looking closer at these gusts, we can see this northwesterly wind 14 miles per hour throughout most of the state, and that's going to bring us some cooler air and cool us down even more. But that will clear out for the weekend. For your Veterans Day, it will be calm, mostly clear skies for the day. Calm conditions we can see tonight. 34 degrees for our low with mostly cloudy skies with those northwestern winds that are going to bring us more cool air. So this is just kind of the trend for the week. We can see for the weekend forecast, Saturday, Veterans Day is going to be beautiful and mild. If you want to spend time with your family, have a bonfire, that would be a great day to do that. And then we'll warm up just a little bit with this southern wind coming in and that sunshine still coming down. So this trend will continue for the rest of the week. We'll have a little bit of a warm up to 60 through the beginning of next week. And then these cooler temperatures are more seasonable for this time of year, but we're still above average for fall, for the beginning of November.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Olivia. And after years of struggle to retain fans at Ball State athletic events, one student had enough.
Newslink Indiana's Andy Newman sat down with the president and founder of Ball State's newest club, ready to pack more Cardinals into the nest.
That atmosphere was once a rarity at Ball State athletic events, but now a aura isn't hard to come by. This is all thanks to an idea just over a year ago by then freshman Ben Carr.
I had started coming to some football games, started coming to some basketball games, and I kind of noticed there was kind of a lacking in the student section. There weren't a whole lot of people showing up to games.
That was something Carr just wouldn't stand for, and the idea of an official student section partnered with athletics was born. But the then freshman didn't shy away from the ensuing, well, chaos in the way of making his dream a reality.
But when I had the idea on it, in freshman year, I was like, I don't want to sit on this and maybe say, I'm going to wait till my junior or senior year to put this into fruition. I'm just going to go for it now.
And that dream did become reality when the newly branded Cardinal Chaos student section made its debut this school year. For Carr and his fellow club members, it was just
incredible. The first football game, it was packed all the way up to the top of the section up there. It was incredible to see, and all the people, doing the chants that we had prepared for, and that was like the moment I was like, wow, this is real. It's actually happened.
Seeing people excited to be a part of the student section was something that just doesn't really have a definitive explanation to it. It just felt gratifying.
And as Cardinal Chaos builds up, Carr hopes that it will create chaotic waves of positive impact in the Cardinal community for years to come.
I know as a former high school athlete, when there are fans in the stands, I played better. And so the hope is that we get fans in the stands, our athletes perform, they win, which brings more people out, and soon the community as well. So I'm excited to see in the coming years how that grows and how big that will grow to be.
In Muncie, Andy Newman, Newslink, Indiana.
The second season of your favorite show may not be far from your screen. A tentative deal is reached between actors and major film and television studios, ending the strike that clobbered the entertainment industry. The 118-day soap opera in Hollywood appears to be getting ready to exit stage left. The SAG-AFTRA strike ended at 12:01 Thursday morning, according to union officials who said in a statement the tentative agreement will, quote, enable SAG-AFTRA members from every category to build sustainable careers. The actors walked off the set July 14th with numerous complaints toward the Hollywood brass, including the use of artificial intelligence. Although some are already celebrating the end of the strike, a typical Hollywood happy ending isn't secured yet. The tentative deal still needs to be ratified before it becomes official. The Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers issued a statement saying that it is, quote, pleased to have reached a tentative agreement and looks forward to the industry resuming the work of telling great stories.
Mid-America Pet Food is expanding a recall of cat food that started last week. Impacted brands include Victor Super Premium Dog Foods, Wayne Feeds Dog Food, Eagle Mountain Pet Food, and some Members Mark varieties. They have Best Buy dates before October 31st of next year. The problem is the food may contain salmonella. That can make pets sick, and also people who handle the food and don't wash their hands after. As of last Wednesday, 7 people had reported salmonella infections. The Vatican says transgender people and babies of same-sex couples can be baptized. The new ruling by the Vatican's Doctrine Department is being welcomed by the LGBTQ+ community. The church doctrine suggests a transgender person can be baptized as long as there is no risk of causing scandal or disorientation to other Catholics. Children of same-sex couples can also be baptized as long as there is a well-founded hope that they will be educated in the religion. As for transgender people being godparents or witnesses in Catholic weddings, the Vatican says that's okay under the right circumstances. Still, the ruling makes clear that people living in, quote, homosexual relationships are committing a sin, and baptism must come with repentance.
More than 1 billion people around the world are set to celebrate Diwali this Sunday. The festival, which honors the victory of light over darkness, is one of India's major holidays. According to the Hindu American Foundation, Diwali is celebrated over 5 days. Day 1 is when people clean their homes and make colored patterns on the floors with powders, flour, rice, or sand. On day 2, people decorate their homes and put colorful clay lamps on display. Day 3 is the main day of the festival. That's when family and friends come together to share food and light fireworks. Day 4 is the first day of the new year and when people exchange gifts. Finally, day 5 is when the bonds between siblings are honored.
In just a moment, our country is celebrating one very special birthday.
That's after your weather now.
From the heart of Ball State to the heart of your community, NewsLink Indiana brings you local and state news you care about. We pride ourselves with giving you the most reliable news coverage, stories that affect you, linking you to the community each night on air and online. NewsLink Indiana, bringing news to the heart of your community.
The U.S. Marine Corps is celebrating its 248th birthday today.
The Continental Congress established the Marines on November 10, 1775, in the lead-up to the American Revolution. The first recruiting headquarters was in the Tun Tavern on Water Street in Philadelphia. That's considered to be the birthplace of the Marines. Since then, the few and proud have fought for America both on land and sea. In World War I, shock German troops called them devil dogs for their ferocious tendency. The Marines are the only branch of the military which does not have a shortage of recruits. That's without any special bonuses. Recruiters say the only reward recruits need is to be able to call themselves Marines. The birthday falls the day before Veterans Day Saturday, although federal employees are observing it Friday, the day before.
Along with celebrating our Marines, the U.S. is taking a round of applause for all military veterans. This Saturday is Veterans Day, which technically marks the end of World War I. However, the day is also meant to pay tribute to troops who have served or are actively serving in the military. And many restaurants and businesses have deals for veterans this weekend. Some even start on Friday. Here's just a small sample of the freebies veterans and active duty military can get. On Friday until noon, veterans get a free Grand Slam breakfast at Denny's. On Saturday, they get a free donut at Dunkin', free coffee and a donut at Krispy Kreme, or a free breakfast combo at Wendy's. At Starbucks on Saturday, veterans get a free hot or iced coffee, and at IHOP until 7 p.m. on Saturday, get free pancakes or a pancake combo. Applebee's is offering a free meal when you dine in on Saturday. Lowe's on Saturday is giving out free collectible pins to the first 150 veteran customers at each store. Lowe's already offers a 10% military discount to active duty and veteran military service members and their families every day. For most of the deals, you do need to show a valid military ID.
It's a busy day for businesses everywhere. Veterans can expect to be well taken care of this entire weekend.
With all these new deals rolling in for our servicemen and women, it begs the question, how many veterans can we find in the U.S.? Well, according to this graphic from the U.S. Census Bureau, in states like Nevada, South Dakota, and Virginia, 10% or more of the civilians are ex-servicemen and women. But you find many living in states like California, Illinois, or New York, as veterans only take up a 6% or less of their population. Right here in Indiana, though, we have a fair share of military veterans. The Census Bureau tells us between 8 and 9.9% of our state population is made up of ex-military. And, just thank you to our military men and women for all they do for us.
Yeah, definitely. And I actually have family members myself who have served in the military, so they definitely take up that deal.
I'm surprised there's not a higher percentage for Indiana, though.
Yeah, right.
I expected there to be more veterans here.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Olivia. What do you have to do with weather?
So looking at our 7-day, we can see mild temperatures a bit above average for this time of year. A little unseasonable. We can see the lows are average, around 30 degrees, and then mostly sunny skies. We'll have a bit of an increase up to 60 degrees for the beginning of next week, with some cloud cover coming back in, and hopefully going back to November and more fall-like temperatures.
That's all for Cardinal Weather for this Friday morning. Thank you for joining this morning.
We'll see you next Friday. Have a great rest of your Friday and a fantastic weekend.
Oh.